or the charge is dismissed, there is a much easier process for that person to go through and obtain a criminal expungement. But for people who are convicted of crimes, to essentially what expunging a record is essentially someone asking society to say that this crime did not happen, or that the crime was not significant enough that society should keep a record of it. That is a policy decision, essentially affected by the judge in conjunction with the county attorney or the city attorney's prosecuting office. Because for everyone who's filed an application about a criminal expungement, they have to give notice to the county or city prosecutor, and the county or city prosecutor has the ability to come in and weigh in and say whether or not they should allow the expungement, whether the expungement should be granted. Now they could object, and the court can still grant an expungement. The odds are that if you have somebody who has multiple criminal convictions or guilty pleas, 5 or 6 or 7, the odds of getting all of those expunged are probably pretty remote. Now, it's possible that if those 5 or 6 took place when somebody was 21 years old and now they're 50 years old and they're coming in and they need to have this for public housing or for some reason, then maybe all of that will take place, that they'll be able to be granted the expungement because the charges are 30 years old. However, if you have someone who has one charge, only ever, one conviction ever, and it happened 10 or 15, 20 years ago, then the odds of getting that expunged probably are pretty good, because maybe somebody made a mistake, they've paid their debt to society, now they've moved on, and now they're a different person in what they are. We all know that at 50 we're not the same person we were at 20, thank God. And so, that, generally that's how expungements work. There are, when VLN came in and Martha Delaney was here last month, she talked about them running some criminal expungement clinics. My advice would be no one should try and do expungements without talking to a lawyer, getting at least some advice or run by with an attorney. My recommendation is for our expungements, send everybody to the court self-help centers where they can at least get started with the process, get the paperwork. For example, in Hennepin, they will explain to the applicant for the expungement how the process works, what they need to go through. Certainly we can refer them to VLN. Lawhelpmn.org also has resources about criminal expungement. Again,